Hey, Coach Markel here. Let's talk about the amount of mileage you need to do in the first several months of your Ironman training. Let's say you recently signed up for an Ironman and you're somewhere between 9 months and a year out for that race. You do not need to be cranking out 2.4 miles in the water. You do not need to be doing 112 miles on the bike, and you do not need to be running a marathon at this point. We can start out with 30-minute swim sessions. We can be looking at the max distance on your run at this point can be 5 miles. Now, you may be training for other events, but making sure we properly periodize your training and making sure you're not doing too much too soon is really essential. A lot of people that are doing Ironman training, they plan a half Ironman months out, they plan marathons, half marathons, they do open water swim races, and this is all good, but so often this makes it where you're training way too much too soon. You don't need to be doing 112 miles on the bike right now. So if we're somewhere in the 9 months to a year range, looking at 30 minutes in the pool, okay, looking at something like 20 miles, 30 miles for your long ride. That doesn't mean multiple times a week. That means for your long ride. Looking at for your long run, somewhere around 5 miles, that is sufficient at this point. As you get closer and closer, we're going to build that up, but steadily going up is important, not just shooting up to that level of training. Most people, when they train for Ironmans, they're fearful that they have not done enough. So they take off in that training. Making sure we're looking at your plan from day one to race day is essential to make sure we don't overtrain. And not just going straight up, making sure we go up and then have recovery, and then go up and then have recovery, and then go up and then have recovery. Of course, we're going to have some weeks that are more intense than others, but we're going to have recovery weeks. Based on your recovery plan, you may have a recovery week every 3rd week, every 4th week, or every 6th week. This is something that's going to help reduce your injuries. Also, making sure part of your training time is spent doing specific strength and conditioning as well as recovery work. This will help reduce your injuries, and it helps you get more fit, but doesn't wear you out too much. A lot of people think, I need to be training hundreds of hours per week. Okay, that was an exaggeration. But when you're 6, 9, 12 months out for an Ironman, you don't need to be training 30 hours a week. As you get closer and closer to race day, we will increase your training, but most people start out way too hard, way too fast.